Hello everyone, welcome back to AeroHub and welcome to the series of lectures in aerospace structures. In the previous lectures we discussed about how to find out the shear flow distribution of a multi-cell section. In this lecture we will discuss how to find out the shear flow distribution as well as we will find out the position of shear center of a multi-cell section which is idealized. That is, you can see at point 1, point 2, 3 and 4 we have boom areas B1, B2, B3 and B4, and B1 and B4 is equal to 300 millimeter square and B2 and B3 is equal to 400 millimeter square, and we have a constant thickness throughout the beam of 2 millimeter, and we are applying a load of 50 kilonewton in the negative y direction, and this is the closed section, and you can see the dimensions here: 300 millimeter of length and the height is 200 millimeter, and we have to find out the shear flow as well as the position of shear center. Now since we have to find out the shear flow and this section is symmetric about the horizontal axis, therefore the value of IXY is 0 and we don't have the value of shear force along x direction. Therefore the distribution of shear flow is given by QS is equal to minus SY divided by IXX summation R is equal to 1 to N BR YR. This is the formula to find out the value of shear flow for a section which is symmetric about any axis and we are not applying any load, any shear load in x direction. We are applying load only along the y direction, that is SY is equal to 50 kilonewton. Therefore the equation becomes minus SY by IXX summation R is equal to 1 to N BR YR. Therefore we have to find out the value of moment of inertia about the x axis. We'll find out the moment of inertia IXX is equal to, we know the formula, N into A y square, where N is the number of areas and A is the boom area and Y is nothing but the distance from the neutral axis. We have 4 boom areas of each equal boom areas. Therefore we can write 2 into B1 and B4 is having an area of 300 and the distance from neutral axis will be 200 by 2, that will be 100 square, plus we have boom area B2 and B3 of boom area 400 into the distance from neutral axis will be 100 square. Okay, after solving this, I will be getting the answer. I will be getting 14 into 10 power 6 millimeter power 4. Okay, this is the value for moment of inertia for the section. Now, I will assume the shear flow in this curved web as Q naught in anti-clockwise direction, for portion 1, 2 as Q1, and portion 2, 3, 1, 4 as Q2 and portion 4, 3 as Q3 and for portion 2, 3 as Q4. Okay, we assumed the direction of flow as anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now we have to give a cut. Since the section is a closed section, we have to give cut to find out the value of shear flow. Okay, so I'll use one other method here. I am not providing a cut here. I'll assume that for portion 2, 3, this curved web, the shear flow is a constant Q naught, and for portion 1, 2, the shear flow will be constant, that is Q1. Okay, we will assume that the shear flow is constant for portion 1, 2 as Q1, and whereas we will assume that the shear flow is constant for the curved web 2, 3 as Q naught. Okay, now we will start the calculations of shear flow from portion 1-4, that is Q2. So Q2 will be equal to Q1. Then we have to add this term. Okay, Q2 will be equal to Q1 because we have to superimpose the previous section shear flow. That's why we are using Q2 is equal to Q1 plus this equation. Okay. Therefore, we will write Q2 is equal to Q1 minus Sy, because we have a minus term in the equation, Ixx into Br Yr. Okay, so Q1 we are not aware what is the value of Q1, so I can write Q1 minus. Okay, now Sy, we are applying the load in the negative y direction, therefore the value of Sy is minus 50 kilonewton. Okay, and we have the value of Ixx, that is 14 into 10 power 6, and Br is nothing but the boom area at 1. They are considering for the portion 1-4 and the shear flow is Q2 here. So boom area at 1 is nothing but 300 millimeter square, and the value of y is nothing but the distance of the boom area from the neutral axis, that is nothing but 200 by 2, that is 100. Okay, now I will write Sy is minus 50 into 10 power 3 divided by 14 into 10 power 6 multiplied by the boom area. The boom area is 300 and the distance from neutral axis is 100. Okay, so after solving I will be getting Q2 is equal to Q1 minus, if we have a minus here, we have one more minus, so it will be plus 107.142. Okay, put as equation number 1. Okay, similarly we have to find out the value of Q3. So Q3 will be equal to, Q3 is for the shear flow of the portion 4-3, Q3 will be equal to Q2 plus we have to use the equation again. So that will be Q3 is equal to, okay, Q3 is equal to Q2 minus Sy by Ixx Br Yr. So Q2 minus Sy is minus 50 into 10 power 3 and the value of Ixx is 14 into 10 power 6 and the boom area at portion 1 is nothing but 300. Okay, same 300. And the value of y, this is tricky here. Boom area 4 is below the neutral axis, so I will write the value of y as minus 100. Okay, the total distance, vertical height is 200, so the distance from the neutral axis will be minus 100. Okay, so I will be getting Q2, that is Q2 will be Q1 plus 107.142. If I am solving this, I will be getting again a negative. You can see this term and this term is almost equal, only the signs are different. So I will be getting minus 107.142. Therefore, Q3 is equal to Q1. You can see from the symmetry. You can see here we have a section which is symmetric here, and the shear flow for portion 1-2 should be equal to the shear flow for the portion Q3. For the portion 4-3, not Q3, for the portion 4-3. Similarly, we have to find out for the portion 2-3, which is a vertical web. We can see here at point 3 we have shear flow Q3 as well as Q0. Okay, this is coming out of the point 3. Okay, so that is Q3 plus Q0 should be equal to Q4. Okay, we have a shear, we have this point 3. We can see that at point 3, Q3 is coming towards point 3. Okay, and Q4 as well as Q0 is leaving point 3. So I can write once more, at point 3 we have Q3 is coming towards point 3 and Q4 as well as Q0 is leaving point 3. So I can write Q4 plus Q0 is equal to Q3. Okay, so you can see here Q3 is coming towards point 3 and Q4 and Q0 is leaving point 3. So Q4 plus Q0 is equal to Q3. What is Q3 here? That is Q1. So I can write this equation as Q4 plus Q0 is equal to Q1. So Q4 is equal to Q1 minus Q0. Okay, what is Q0 here? Q0 we have a term, Q1 we have an answer, Q1 we don't have. Okay, plus you have to consider, listen, we have this boom area, we have the boom area here, and we the Q3 is coming towards the point 3 and Q4 and Q0 is leaving the point 3. Now we have to consider the change in shear flow, that is nothing but this entire term. So that will be Q1 minus Q0 again minus Sy by Ixx Br Yr. This is the change in shear flow. Then Q1 minus Q0 minus of minus 50 into 10 power 3 divided by 14 into 10 power 6. The value of boom area at point 3 is 400 and the value of Y will be negative 100 because this boom area is below the neutral axis and below the neutral axis the value of Y is taken as negative. Okay, so this will be 400 into minus 100. Okay, multiplied by 400 into negative 100. So I will be getting Q1 minus Q0. I will be getting, it's negative, negative, positive, again a negative will be minus 142.857. This is the value of Q4. So Q4 is nothing but Q1 minus Q0 minus 142.857. I will put Q3 is equal to Q1 as equation number 2 and this one as equation number 3. Now we have the formula theta is equal to, that is nothing but twist rate, is equal to 1 by 2ag integral ds by t into q. Okay, this is the equation for angle of twist. Now we have to find out the angle of twist for the cell number 1 and cell number 2. Okay, I will make this one as cell 1, this one as cell number 1 and this curved web as cell number 2. Okay, curved section as cell number 2. The semi-circle section as cell number 2. Okay, now we have to find out the theta 1 and theta 2 for cell 1 and cell 2. Okay, now what I have to do is, yes, so theta 1 is equal to 1 by 2a1g integral q into ds by t. And you can see that we have a thickness term here and the thickness term will be equal to is 2 millimeter and that is a constant for the entire section. The thickness term T is constant for the entire section. Therefore, I can take this outside. So theta 1 is equal to 1 by 2A1 GT integral Q ds. And one more thing, we'll assume that we are applying the shear load in the shear center. So when we are applying the shear load in the shear center, there won't be any twisting of the section, and we can, that is the value of theta 1, that is the twist rate of cell number 1, and the value of theta 2, that's the twist rate of cell number 2, is equal to 0. Okay. So when we have a multi-cell problem but which is idealized, to find out the value of shear flow, we have to assume that we are applying the shear load in the shear center, and this method is called shear center method, and this method is useful to find out the value of shear flow. So theta 1 will be equal to 0. So I can write this is equal to 0. That is 1 by 2A1 GT. For cell 1, Q1 into the ds, the length is 300 millimeter. This will be Q1 into 300 plus Q2 into 200, Q2 into 200, and one more thing, we are taking Q1, Q2, Q3 as and Q4 as positive, since it produces the direction of shear flow is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and this shear flow will rotate the section in the anti-clockwise manner. That's why I am writing Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 as positive in the case of cell number 1, plus Q3 into same 300 plus Q4 into 200. Okay, and here we have a term 1 by 2 A1, that's the area of cell number 1, G into T, and if you cross multiply this will be equal to 0. So I can have the equation Q1 into 300 plus Q2 into 200 plus Q3 into 300 plus Q4 into 200 is equal to 0. Now we have to substitute the value of Q2, that is Q1 into 300 plus what's the value of Q2, that is Q1 plus I think 107 point, just a second, that's 107.142 and Q3 is equal to Q1, so it will be Q1 into 300 plus Q4 is nothing but Q1 minus Q0 minus 142.857. This is nothing but Q4 into 200 is equal to 0. Okay. Now after solving I will be getting 1000 Q1 minus 200 Q0 is equal to minus 7143. This is equation number 4. Okay. Now I have to find out the shear flow, the twist rate for cell. Theta 2 is given by, theta 2 is equal to 1 by 2 area of cell 2 into G integral ds by T into Q. Okay, and the thickness is same, so I can write 1 by 2A2 G into T integral Q ds, and theta 2 is also 0, so that will be theta 2 is equal to integral Q ds. Okay, now we have to find out the value of Q ds. Okay, As you can see here, we have a shear flow Q naught in the curved web, which is acting on this curved web 2, 3, and the distance will be circumference by 2. Okay, 2 pi r is a circumference, so it will be pi into r. The length will be Q naught into the length ds is pi into 2 pi r is the circumference length, the perimeter of a circle. 2 pi r by 2 will be pi r. So the length will be pi and the radius is, this is 200, so that will be 100. Okay. Now this case we have an anti-clockwise flow for this one, this cell number 2. The Q naught is rotating the cell number 2 in the anti-clockwise direction, but Q4 for cell number 2 is rotating the cell number 2 in clockwise direction. So we have a negative value. Okay, I explain once more. Q naught is rotating the cell number 2 in anti-clockwise direction, so that is positive shear flow, and Q4 is rotating cell number 2 in clockwise direction, therefore it will be a negative shear flow. So we have to consider Q4, and the length is the length of the web, that is 200. So this will be minus Q4 into 200. Okay, so Q naught into 100 pi minus Q4 minus 200 into Q4. Q4 is nothing but Q1 minus Q naught minus 142.857. Okay, this is not here, 200, and this is the value of Q4. So finally I will be getting the value of theta as 0. This will be minus 200 Q1 plus 514.15, and solving this equation and writing it takes a lot of time, so I am writing the answer here. 514.15 Q naught and plus 28571.4. Okay, so this will be minus 200 Q1 plus 514.15 Q naught is equal to minus 28571.4. Okay, this I'll put as equation number 5. Okay, so we have equation number 4. What's equation number 4? 1000 Q1 minus 200 Q naught is equal to minus 7143. Okay, so from equation 4 and equation 5 we have two unknowns, Q1 and Q naught. Okay, after using calculator you can solve the equation for Q1 and Q naught. So I'll be getting Q1 is equal to minus 19.8 Newton per millimeter and Q naught is equal to minus 63.27 Newton per millimeter. Okay. Now we got the value of Q1 and Q naught. Now we have to find out the value of Q3, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Q2 is nothing but Q1 plus 107.142. So the answer will be 87.342 Newton per millimeter. So we got the value of Q2, and Q3 is equal to Q1. We already derived that. Then Q4 is equal to Q1 minus Q naught minus 142.857. Okay, so let's substitute the value of Q1, Q naught. Q1 is minus 19.8 and minus Q naught minus 63.27. 142.27 minus 142.857. Okay, so I'll be getting the answer as minus 99.3. This is the value of Q for Newton per millimeter. Okay, now we have to plot the values of shear flow Q1, which is negative. Whatever the value we are getting negative, it will be in clockwise direction. This is clockwise, this is clockwise, Q1 is clockwise, Q0 is clockwise, and Q2 is counterclockwise, and the value of Q4 will be clockwise. Okay, now I'll plot the value. So Q0 is clockwise, so this will be in this direction. So that will be 63.27, and this is Q0. And Q1 will be also in clockwise direction, that is 19.8. This is equal to Q0. This is Q1, and Q2 is anti-clockwise. Okay, so that will be this direction, same positive, that is 87.342, that is equal to Q2. Okay, and Q3 is same as Q1 in clockwise direction, and Q4 will be again clockwise direction, that is 99.3. This is Q4. Okay, now we have to find out the value of shear center of the section. To find out the value of shear center, I apply the load of 50 kilonewton at shear center, and the distance from this web will be the the shear center. Okay, now we have to find out the value of shear center, we have to find out the moment equilibrium, that is summation of moment external will be equal to summation of moment internal. Okay, so the moment due to the external load, that is 50 into Ex, should be equal to the moment about the internal. So taking moment about 0.4. Okay, when you take moment about 0.4, I can neglect this portion 4.3, and I can neglect this portion 1.4. Okay, so I have to consider 1, 2, 2, 3, and the curved web 2, 3. Okay, and you have to also understand that when we have a section or a section which is having boom areas, the shear flow will be constant between the boom areas. You can see that for portion 1, 2, the shear flow is constant between these two booms 1 and 2, that is 19.8, that is in clockwise direction. Okay, so the moment produced by a shear flow due to constant shear flow, M will be equal to 2 times the area enclosed into Q. Okay, so I can write the moment produced by 1, 2 will be the area enclosed by this portion, that will be this triangle. Okay, 1, 2, and the area enclosed by the 0.4, that will be this triangle, and that portion will be moment will be equal to 2 times the area. Area is nothing but a triangle, this area, triangle area, this is 200 and this one is 300. 2 times 200 into 300 divided by 2, half BH. Okay, 2 times the area into Q. Okay, area is 200, this vertical height is 200, this horizontal distance is 300, divided by 2 into minus 19.8, because we have a shear flow in clockwise direction. Okay, plus we have to consider for the portion 2, 3. For portion 2, 3, we have to consider the area enclosed by the portion 2, 3 with respect to the point 4. That is this area, this shaded area we have to consider. Okay, so that will be 2 into the area of the triangle, 2 into same, that will be base is 200, height is 300. That will be 200 into 300 divided by 2 into, this is clockwise, so that will be minus 99.3. Okay, plus, now we have to consider for this curved web. For the curved web, we have to consider the area of this triangle, because the area of this curved web with respect to the point 4, the area enclosed by the moment produced by this curved web with respect to point 4 is nothing but the area enclosed into Q into 2. Okay, so the area enclosed is nothing but the area of this semicircle plus the area of the triangle. Okay, so when we have to consider the curved web for the portion 2, 3, we have to consider the area of the semicircle plus we have to consider the area of the triangle. Okay, we are taking moment about this point, that's why we are considering the area of the semicircle plus the area of the triangle plus 2 times the area of the triangle is half BA, that is 200 into 300 by 2 plus the area of the semicircle, that will be pi r square by 2, pi into the radius is, the total height is 200 here, so the radius is 100, so 100 square by 2 into, is also clockwise, that will be minus 63.27. Okay, so these are the internal moment. So the external moment is nothing but 50 kilonewton with respect to point 4. Okay, so this 50 kilonewton will rotate the point 4 in clockwise direction. So this will be minus 50 into 10 power 3. You can imagine that 50 kilonewton, when you are applying, this is rotating point 4 in clockwise direction. Okay, in this direction. So that will be minus 50 into 10 power 3 into Ex. Okay, Ex is the distance of the shear center. And you can see here we have only one unknown term, that is Ex. So when you are solving, you will be getting the answer of Ex, which is nothing but the shear center of the section, that is equal to 237.31 millimeter. That is positive, that is towards the right hand side of the, this is positive right side of boom 4. Okay, so somewhere here, from here, the total distance is 300. It will be somewhere here. That will be the shear center. Okay, so that's all about this lecture. Thank you so much. Take care.